the second episode of our podcast, Pod Karenge. And today we have. Who are you?
Why are you whispering?
For the effect. So, yeah, let us know. Who are you?
I'm Sushika Every. I am an author, a student, a Hassel ambassador. So I write books, I write poems, I even write songs. So yeah.
So, like, how do you, like, can you break down the process of composing a poem?
Composing a poem, I guess it's just the randomness of thought. I write a single line or a single sentence. I sometimes listen to music while actually writing poetry. But I guess it's just the interest in completing your piece, completing a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So, what music do you listen to while composing? Like, any specific genre or any specific artist?
Taylor Swift
Taylor
and
Swift.
One Direction.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that from your bio.
Yeah.
And like, how did you start writing? And like, what was the catalyst?
I mean, I first didn't start writing poems. At the age of 11, I started writing songs. And
Oh.
then, yeah. And then 4 years or almost, yeah, 3 years before that, yeah, no. Yeah, 3 years before that, I started writing poems.
Nice. Like, what was the first book or literature that you read that inspired you or like made you feel like, yeah, I should do this too, I should write, or like anything that inspired you?
I mean, the first book I ever read was like a horror fic.
No, no.
Okay.
Reboot, restart. Okay, yeah, please continue. Illinaru, yeah.
What was I saying?
You have Alzheimer's?
Okay.
Yeah, what was the first book that inspired you or a piece of literature that inspired you?
I mean, the first book I ever read was a horror book, but
Yeah.
the first piece of book that I ever read was like, I don't know.
గుర్తులేకపోతే it's fine, bro.
నాకు నిజంగా గుర్తులేదు. Have to see
నిన్న
the
ఏం
name
డే
of it. Huh?
నిన్న ఏం డే Okay, it's fine.
Wait.
So, are you still like you told you started with writing songs, right? Are you still writing songs, or yeah, did you shift? Like, what is the difference between a song and a poem, according to you?
A song is about like an actual piece of like it has bridges, it has, you would have to build up a specific type of bridge, like an intensity or something.
What
There
is a
is
bridge?
certainty. It, well, a bridge in a song means like, there are choruses and then there is a bridge. So
Okay,
like
right.
it's the main part of a song, like that.
Okay.
But with a poem, it's like it's being uncertain. Any poem that I have ever written or like I have ever read in my entire life, there is a hint of uncertainty even till the end. It's more about understanding, and song is like more about telling your feelings, but poem is like more about hiding a little bit of uncertainty so that the readers will figure it out.
What's your favorite food?
I mean,
Basic question అడగాలి because director.
yeah, got it. I mean, it used to be biryani, but then yeah,
Hello?
no, I changed.
Not Coke.
No way. Just
No black.
biryani. But it changed to dark chocolate.
That's okay.
I know it's not food.
It's not.
It's not, but dark chocolate, yeah.
Okay. So, what's the most recent book that you read?
The most recent book that I read, um, was Twisted Love,
Love.
by Anna Huang.
Okay. Not at all, Church.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, who's your favorite author? You didn't mention that.
My favorite author is Robin Greene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Like any famous books that she wrote? Because like there are people.
Well, yeah, I really love 48 Laws of Power by him. Robin Greene's book. It really.
Tales Not Written, yes, though.
Huh?
Nothing.
Yeah, I love that book about him.
Okay.
It really describes how you self-identify yourself through pain and yeah.
That's good. Like, how much time do you think it takes to write a book? Like, The first book you wrote, the
Haunted
Catch
Echoes of a
Fly.
Broken Catch
Yes.
Fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did it take, like approximately?
I wrote it in like 23 days.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Well, I was on a deadline, so I wrote it
Okay.
in 23 days. But I wouldn't say that every piece of literature that is in the book was from in the span of 23 days. No. I keep it in my
Oh.
notes. I write a lot of poetry, like, I told you, randomness of thought, like a single line, a single sentence. So, yeah, it's
Do
about
you think
combining.
it's easier to write a song than a poem? Because like, ఇప్పుడు as you told, as a poem is a randomness of thought. You have to like, you get inspired by something
Yeah.
and write it on that.
Yeah.
But a song needs a chorus, like full of structure on the song. Poem just needs it needs a like repeating what is that called, rhyme?
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs that, or like it needs a theme, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Like, do you think it was easier or like quicker to write a song or a poem?
I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but for me, it was quicker to write a song than a
Okay.
poem, because poem, like in a poem, there are different kinds of poems. So I don't really get the load of rhyming or something, but yeah, I do try to rhyme in my poems, but yeah, but basically, I feel like a song is much more quicker to write for me at least.
Okay, but you have to compose, right, for a song.
I mean,
Like, do
yeah,
you compose it before? Like, music? Do you? I heard you play the guitar. So,
yeah.
do you compose it before writing the song, or do you compose it like to suit the lyrics?
Okay. By the way, when I say I know guitar, I don't know that much of guitar.
Okay.
Okay. But I did compose a few songs just by, yeah, just like, yeah, with my own voice, that's it. With my own melody that I thought in my head, that's it.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And my director చెప్తుండే you travel a lot karke. So like like do the places you go inspire the poems you write, or like do they like have any influence on the literature you write?
Okay. I mean, yeah, maybe I do travel to a lot of places, but
Yeah.
no, but yeah,
Okay.
places do leave an impression on you. So yeah, they obviously I get weave them into my poetry. So yeah.
I want to ask you two things. What's the
Okay.
most terrifying part of writing a poem, and what's the most like rewarding part of writing?
Okay, I'll tell you the
Not
most
poem, anything, writing in general.
Okay.
Yeah, sir.
So the terrifying thing is about when you're writing a piece of literature, okay? Some people are kind of afraid about the society labels. When they put out a piece of literature, they feel like, okay, will someone like this? Will, maybe it is too exaggerating, maybe it is too dark, maybe it is too bold. But then I think that, when you're writing, it is where you're at most vulnerable, because you feel almost
Okay.
every single emotion when you're writing. At least I felt like that. So whatever you're writing, like, whether it is too raw, whether it is too dark, whether it is too bold, some people, they are afraid of putting that particular piece of literature. So yeah, I mean, I said it, we're vulnerable when we write it.
Yeah.
So that is the most terrifying part. But the most rewarding part is like when a person actually reads your poem or something, and
Yeah.
when they relate to it. Okay, whatever pain that I felt or whatever emotion that I felt while I'm writing that particular piece of literature, and when someone actually reads it and when someone actually relates to it, I think that is the most rewarding thing ever. Even though it
Okay.
is pain, but someone actually gets your work. So, yeah.
That's cool. Like, what was your feeling and like, okay, sorry, cut this. What was your feeling when like your first book released? How were you like? What was running to your mind?
I was with complete and utter joy. But yeah, the feeling when I felt when I first held my book into my hands, it was really good, because 23 days I have worked hard for it, and
I don't
finally,
know. Yeah.
that piece of literature, what I wanted someone to see, was in my book, and I felt complete and utter joy. But yeah, also maybe there was a little bit of nervousness. Maybe someone would like it, maybe
Yeah.
someone would relate to it or not. So yeah, I was with complete joy at that time.
That's cool. And like, I heard you're writing another book right now. So,
Yeah.
what's running through your mind, or like, what's the mental state you're in right now?
Mental state.
stable కదా mentally
Yeah,
stable. Okay.
yeah, I am so stable.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to write this book from like almost 1.5 years ago.
Ah.
Yeah, so
When did your last book come out? 24.
24, October of 24.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I wanted to release a book in 25,
Okay.
but yeah, I didn't have the time. So yeah, I
Nice.
mean, this book I'm thinking to be more raw, more vulnerable too. So yeah,
Time ante gurtochinది, like how do you balance college and literature, like all your like I also heard you're the brand ambassador of Hassel,
yeah.
like how do you balance all that?
I mean, I will say it is tough to balance all of that. So I first tried to balance all of it in just like one day or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was too much.
Yeah.
And obviously it took a toll of effect on me.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, no, I tried to balance them. What's the one thing that I could say is you don't need to complete it in a single day. You could
Yeah.
you could take rest. You could I learned it the hard way that you should take rest. You should, if you want to give 100% of your work to anything, even if it's college, even if it's you're writing a poetry or like a song, whatever, uh, if you want to give your work 100%, you should just try to stay calm, not have other things mingled up in your mind all the time.
Okay. And like tell us more about Hassel and like how was it the journey, and when did you join Hassel?
In the January of 2025.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So how was the journey?
It was cool because at first I was like, okay, these group of people that fighting towards women's rights and everything, and I felt like they have a voice, they can be more. So yeah, I was obviously so excited when I got accepted as an ambassador, and then after a few months passed down, I got accepted as the country representative for India. So yeah, right now there are a lot of initiatives, like a lot of plans going through in the Hassel. So
Nice.
I'm glad that I could be somewhat of some voice through Hassel. So yeah.
But like you posted a lot of reels for Hassel, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
did you get any hate comments or like Emma? Did you get any backlash?
Yeah, obviously.
Like, how did you deal with all that? And I know, a very cliche question, but still,
Yeah. But then
how was it? Like,
I mean, there are type of people in on there are like you see a hate comment and you'd realize, okay, there are
that's
these
from the
kind
thing.
of people in online too. They can write this kind of explicit stuff too. And I'm like, at first when I first got a hate comment or something, I'm like, why do people like these even have social media platforms? But
చెప్పు bro, పర్లేదు.
okay,
Explain full. Professor Sushmika. చెప్పు.
when I first got a hate comment, it was
No,
for
what is a hate comment?
what is the hate comment? Yeah,
No, what is define a hate comment?
No, you
Yeah.
just at first I made a reel for abortion laws or something in the US. Yeah, because abortion is banned in the United States. So I made it for there, and many people were like, "Okay, why are you making a video about them? Why can't you, And also when I was just moving on to like talking about feminism, like uh, I described the exact words of feminism, and then they were like, okay, we don't need that. Why are you talking about it? Can you just shut up? Huh? Absolutely not. I think it's clear that I'm not a big fan of Andrew Tate. It's like I get the whole thing of Andrew Tate is that he thinks that he's doing some good towards women. He thinks that, but not
Does
exactly.
he?
No.
Does he think that?
No, I mean, yeah. See,
No.
trust me, most of the misogynists in the society
Yeah.
think that, okay, they're lecturing women, they're controlling women because of their own good. So, no, they're not doing that. All they want is to control them. So, what? What?
Woman.
Woman. Control another person entirely. Because that's how they were taught since they were kids.
Yeah. So, like, do you think it's the way they were brought up, or why? Why? What is your
Obviously,
perspective on it?
I think it's two ways. Like the way they were brought up obviously takes a toll on you know their ideas, their views about how they view women. Because I think we can all agree that in like I didn't experience it, but I have heard from a lot of my friends like their family drama and everything. So when a child sees how her father treats her mother or something, or his father treats her mother or something, you'd obviously think that okay, this is how we should treat women. Maybe that's their idea.
Girlfriend movie. Yeah?
No, but normally, like
Okay.
they think that okay,
Yeah.
this is how we should treat women.
Because
Okay, this is
as
how much respect they actually get in the society. And they start to think that it's normal, but it's not,
because
and
as
nobody teaches
children,
it.
their minds are very moldable, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is one thing that I do hate though.
What?
Like I think everybody in the childhood just grows up talking like even I get it, even I faced it. I was the eldest daughter in my family, so yeah, there are my cousins are there, and then fine, when you lecture a boy, okay, you
Yeah.
lecture him by saying, when if a boy is crying, you lectured him by saying that okay, don't cry like a girl. Why can't you just say don't
Don't
cry?
cry.
Why do you have to say don't cry like a girl? Like,
Hey, jailers are Rujel. Jailers are very famous. Continue.
I mean, it also takes a toll on them because
I
they
know.
think like they're not allowed to cry.
I know it.
Only
It builds
girls
up
are allowed to cry.
insecurity. It builds up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
So they have avoidant. At that moment, they'll start to get avoidant attachment issues. They won't try to open up.
Amy, sure.
Avoidant attachment issue. I mean, they avoid emotions. They avoid getting attached to someone. They avoid trying to like open up.
Assalamu alaikum. Continue.
Yeah, they avoid trying to like open up.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't share their feelings.
Yeah, I get it. Like people get closed off.
Yeah, now it's different, you know. Yeah, I agree.
I'm a very feeling person. Yeah, so you're a poet, right? Like Hyderabad Lemon Poet Society is if there are, like, did you go to any?
I mean, yeah, there are poet societies in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only went to one or something.
Okay.
So,
Where is it? Like, what is it? And
I mean, a group of people actually who are interested in poetry, they gather around and they share their own piece of poetry. And like, yeah, I read, when I was in that particular group, and I only went to one event, by the way, I learned every form of poetry there is, like
okay.
a song poetry, and I did not even know that was
Oh.
a thing. So yeah, I in every
Like
genre.
poetry is a type of music, right? You recite it in a rhyming
Yeah,
tone.
yeah,
So
you recite it in
isn't
a
it a
rhyming tone.
like what is the difference between a poetry and a song poetry?
Uh, I mean, I did not
Telling
do
with the
much.
legends.
Yeah, I did not do much research on it.
Okay.
But as far as I know, like the way you're describing the genre that you pick, that yeah, that defines it.
Hey, oh no, I don't think I asked. What's your favorite genre of books
Genre of
to read?
books.
To read.
Mm, thriller, crime thriller. I love crime thrillers. Nobody knows this, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like Marvel has, as you told me, Marvel has been a big part of your childhood, and like,
Yeah.
how do you think Marvel and like One Direction, all these stuff, how did it shape your childhood, and like, how did they shape the person? Like, did they? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
obviously
they,
they shaped my childhood a lot, and I am really glad about that.
okay.
So yeah, I first started like watching MCU or like listening to One Direction songs or Taylor Swift songs when I was like how much, 8 or 9. I obviously did not get into it much, but that was the age when I first started to listen and like yeah, look at these movies. So yeah, at the age of 11, I became really obsessed with them.
Marvel.
Marvel.
What's
So
your favorite Marvel movie?
my favorite, I mean, you can't really ask me my favorite because there are a lot.
Echi.
Absolutely not.
So, who's your favorite Marvel character?
I mean, I would say my favorite.
If you don't say Iron Man, I'm Nelpota.
I am okay, Iron Man and Captain America, but nobody knows this. Like, you should see Agents of Shield.
I won't.
You should see
Agents of Shield. It's a Netflix series about Marvel.
Not a Netflix series.
It is a Netflix series. Agents of Shield. Shield is a Netflix series.
Oh, okay.
It's on Disney Plus.
It's on. It's
Free
on
promotion
Disney
ఎందుకు
Plus.
చేస్తున్నారా? So it's on something else right now, but it used to be on something else.
Yeah. You know,
Director, bro. Big people. Continue. Look. RDJ.
yeah, obviously RDJ. But as I was getting to it, in
Chris
Agents
Evans.
of Shield, yeah, obviously, in Agents of Shield, Chloe Bennett, who plays Quake, who's called the Destroyer of Worlds, her name is Daisy. So yeah, I love her
Telstra
character.
tag together. అసలు what a quake, what a wow.
Well, obviously, Iron Man, Captain America, all of these. Well, I would kill myself if I didn't give credit for Black Widow. But yeah,
Black Widow.
you don't tell me you don't
I
like
know,
Black
I know.
Widow.
Scarlett
Don't tell
Johansson,
me you
bro.
don't like Black Widow.
I like her, but it's like
It's like
MP.
what?
No, actually,
MP.
okay, Infinity War, I get it. A sacrifice was very important and
Infinity
crucial.
War, she sacrificed herself in Endgame.
Cut. So yeah, you told you are a big 50 and a One Direction fan. So like, how did these like also shape your childhood? Like around like
I mean, I started to like, yeah, I started to listen to One Direction in a really
radio, like me age lo, me time lo అదే ఉంటుండే కదా.
no. I started listening to One Direction back in like what 2014 when their album 4 came out. So yeah, like the first yeah, the first thing that I ever watched was Steal My Girl music video or something. And
So
and
చెప్పు.
yeah, no. And then I started to listen to Taylor Swift. At a time, like, to be honest, I was a kid who was bullied a lot in my school.
You don't have to say.
Yeah, it's fine. But then, yeah, her music really helped me through that. And
Cool.
One Direction's too. It's like One Direction whole, like, their songs and everything. If you listen to them correctly, it's like a guide to how you actually treat a woman, right?
Okay, I only heard few night changes ఇంకా కొన్ని విన్నా.
No obvious cliche, but yeah. You should listen to the 4 album.
Yeah, I heard you won the like Saiva award, or like how do I pronounce it? Saiva only. Right?
Yeah, Saiva.
So how was it when you took it? Like ఎలా ఉండే?
I mean, the whole process.
You were one of the youngest people to win it, right? So how was it?
I mean, yeah, I was one of the youngest people. But when I actually went to the event, there was a 11-year-old girl who actually won. Yeah, and then I was really surprised. But yeah, the Saiva was really, yeah.
Saiba.
Saiva. Saiva.
Please elaborate it, right? For illiterate people,
Yeah.
కొంతమంది illiterate people ఉన్నారు. Elaborate for them. Elaborate.
It's the South India Women Achievers Award.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that really gives you it really is a platform for like,
South
young
Indian
girls.
woman.
It really is a platform for like young girls to be recognized for their work.
Nice.
Yeah,
What?
I saw every kind of person, like whether it was a doctor, whether it was a humanitarian, environmentalist, or whatever. Every kind of woman that actually did some good towards the society or something. So yeah, I watched her get the recognition.
Like, was it same when you won the Emily
Dickinson.
Dickinson?
Yeah.
Emily Dickinson award? Yeah.
I mean, not really. Every award that I actually won or something was
Okay, bro,
kind
మీకే
of
multiple
different.
awards ఉన్నాయి.
Was different. Okay?
Okay.
Every emotion that I felt when I actually held that award was different. But then I actually won the Emily Dickinson award. I felt like I was really rewarded for whatever hard work I put into my first book. So yeah, I did. Yeah, I spent hours and hours and hours onto my first book. It was summer at that time. So yeah.
And like you told me, right? Like you wrote you were part of an anthology before you wrote your first book.
Yeah.
So how was it different? Like collaborating with already until like how was it? How was the feeling collaborating with those
I
people?
mean, it was really different because, I mean, collaborating with them, yeah, I actually liked it. So,
Okay.
like, the whole thing of an anthology is the thing that you write, a couple of people come together, they write their poems and they, stick it together in one book. So, yeah, I was really happy to be among the book in, like, with my fellow writers or something, fellow writers who were really, whose work was really good. But then I wanted to explore something more, like some book, like a book of my own. So a lot of my family friends and like yeah, family recommended that why don't you write a book on your own. So
Nice.
yeah, I leave together 20 on poems. Yeah,
Like,
then I wrote my
what
first
was the like family support? అంటే చెప్పాలంటే చెప్పకలే, but like how was it while you wrote your first book and stuff?
they were actually, yeah, they were actually really supportive. I did not
Nice.
tell my mom for quite a while, but
Yeah,
yeah, my dad was really supportive when the
that's cool.
book came out. Yeah, he was posting out on his Facebook, and he was
Nice.
embarrassing me, but hey, anyways.
Bro, whatever, oh, cool dad, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the supporting issue, yeah, I have a cool dad.
It's not an issue, but okay.
Okay, yeah, supporting matter.
Like, ఇప్పుడు people are there who don't know that much about literature, but they're just like, yeah, they're starting to write. What would you recommend? Like, how do they improve, or like what would do recommend they do to like get a little bit more refined poems, or like refine their literature? What would you recommend?
Okay. First of all, when you're actually writing a piece of literature or a poem or a song, anything, uh, a song or anything, just don't be afraid to actually put it on paper. Actually write it on your notes or your word or anything. Sometimes even spelling it out loud, like whatever you feel when you are writing. Okay. Sometimes it is really raw, it is really vulnerable. Sometimes people are even afraid to put it, just complete the whole sentence. So don't be. Okay. Explore that self, explore yourself, explore your vulnerable self, explore your darkest self when you're actually writing the poem, writing any piece of literature. And always music helps, obviously.
Okay, yeah.
And then, yeah, like being in your favorite kind of places also does help. So yeah, and also I would say, like, explore your every option. If you want to actually publish your book, or if you actually want your work to see the light of the day. So yeah, explore every option there is. Don't sit on one matter. Don't think that, okay, this is my last option. No, explore everything. And yeah.
I have one doubt. Like, ఇప్పుడు you said like listening to music helps while writing, but music level lyrics ఉంటాయి కదా, doesn't it like jumble you? Like, how? Because I can't while studying or writing something.
Yeah.
I can't.
I mean, I get it. While studying, I can't. While actually
Okay.
writing a piece of poem, I can, because at that time it becomes more about music, the melody, and less about the lyrics. Obviously, the lyrics help. Like, let me say something. If you're actually writing, you know what poem you're writing, even though
Yeah.
there is an uncertainty behind it, you know what exactly you're writing, and about whom you're writing, about what emotion you actually are writing about. So you would know. So, and whatever song that comes to your mind, just play it on Spotify or anything, and you don't really have to focus on the lyrics. And sometimes focusing on the lyrics also helps. But yeah, the melody of through it, like, if you're writing a heartbreak poetry or whatever, so listening to heartbreak songs really helps. So
Okay.
yeah.
And like one last question, like what are your other interests other than writing or like singing? ఇంకేమైనా like in recent times did you?
I mean, I used to have a lot of interest for pencil sketches. I do
Cool.
a lot of pencil sketches. And then, yeah, I mean, I was this kid who was really, yeah, who was really interested in every single thing. So, yeah, obviously I had to, numb them a few.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, kind
Master
of.
of none. తెలుసు బ్రో, చెప్తున్నాం, మీరే లిటరీ పీపుల్, మాకు లేదు. Yeah, and like did college life change you anyhow? Like, ఏమైనా did it bring you any perspective?
I mean, yeah, experience. I
Yeah.
mean, I thought I knew, like, how people were actually, but then you come to college and then you'd be like, okay, fine. Okay, there are a lot of people with a lot of different experiences.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it changes how you actually view a situation. Like, before the interference that I used to have, I used to look at their family situations, look at their whatever drama they were yapping about. So yeah, I used to look at things in a very different perspective. And now, yeah, I look at things in a very different perspective. Yeah, obviously college life changes.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot for coming and. నువ్వు. Sorry for those illiterate bunch of stupid idiots.
They were fine.
నేనే తప్పంటావా?
Yeah.
సరే సార్, నేనే ప్రాబ్లం వెళ్ళిపోతా.